first word is wit. Wit is using intellectual remarks for the purpose of humor. An example of wit from classical literature would be from Jane Austen's Pride and Prejudice.
And your defeat is a propensity to hate everybody.
And yours is to willfully misunderstand them, which is kind of funny. I can see you guys are laughing. That is verbal irony right there, actually, which we'll go over in a bit. A student-friendly example is Mr. Blackmer states that he has an evil twin. A student comments, Mr. Whitemer. That's next.
Irony. Verbal irony is when what is said is opposite what is meant. So an example in literature would be, I shall not die of a cough in the Cask of Amontillado, even though at the end he does literally die of a cough. So, alright, then the student-friendly example would be, like, a guy from, say, Michigan comes down to Florida, and the first day he comes, there's a hurricane. He's like, man, the weather in Florida is great. So situational irony. And what is when what happens is opposite what is expected. So an example in literature would be like Icarus, where he gained the ability to fly, but he fell to his death, basically. And a student-friendly example would be, the student ended up teaching the teacher on the subject that she was teaching. And a dramatic irony is when the reader knows something that the main character does not. So a student-friendly example would be like, it's a horror movie, there's the killer in the house, but then the main character walks into the house anyway, but because they don't know that the killer's in the house. And a literature example would be when when Juliet dies, and then, well, not dies, like, figuratively, well, not really figuratively, like,
She fakes her own death.
She fakes her own death, that's what I meant to say. And everybody else thinks she's dead, but we all know that she's not.
Sarcasm's my favorite. It's saying the opposite of what is meant for the purpose of mockery, to make other people look stupid. An example of this is from Mark Twain, not the book, the author. I didn't attend the funeral, but I sent a nice letter saying I approved of it. A student example is, wow, Sherlock, how clever, when something obvious is said. That's my wonderful picture that some of you might recognize from the internet. That's Nicolas Cage, by the way.